Hello and welcome to this next installment of the Skoog blog for skoogmusic.com. My name is Joe Moretti, and following on from the last installment, we're going to look at connecting our Skoog to GarageBand on the iPad. The first thing I'm going to do is just pair my Skoog with the Skoog app. Switching on my Skoog and pressing the button for a second time puts it into Bluetooth pairing mode. That allows me to just select the Skoog here in the app. It's connected, and a quick calibration before I now push the yellow side and check that everything's working. Great. What I'm going to do now in the MIDI settings here is just turn off that audio, because we want the audio to be coming from GarageBand on the iPad, and I'm leaving this MIDI setting on because we want the MIDI data from the Skoog to go through to the GarageBand app and allow us to play it. See you in GarageBand. Once you're in GarageBand, it really is a question of just opening up a sound. So I'm going to go into More Sounds here, and I'm going to select from the SynthPad Stay Spa. This is what I did in the blog piece, and literally I can now play that sound straight from the Skoog. Now, I also mentioned in the blog piece that I found some of these bass sounds to be really responsive. I'm going to go into this new wave patch and just experiment with the filter and then see how that responds to the Skoog. Just before I do that, I'm going to drop back to my Skoog settings here and show you how I change the pitches. If you remember, in the blog piece I selected notes here and I set up these pitches. Now it's literally a case of turning the tumbler for each side, and I basically took the pitch of each side by down at least 2 octaves. And for those bass sounds, I found this really works very well. You'll also want to do this if you want to trigger a drum kit from the Skoog. We'll do this in the next installment where I multi-track a piece in GarageBand. A drum kit is set up to respond to specific pitches, a kick drum on C naught, for example, a snare on E. And we'll do that in the next blog piece, as I said. Let's pop back to GarageBand. So if I press on a side now, you'll hear how the sound is responding to the pressure of my touch. It's great to have an instrument that responds in this way. And of course, in GarageBand we'll be able to multi-track our sounds, which is what we'll be doing in the next installment. See you then.